Right.
Wasn't ready. Hope I'm not kicked out.
We'll think about it.
You're all still under review from the last time you didn't touch the table.
Oh yeah, I've touched my sort of edge of my knee. I don't know if that really works. I'll go with it. Did everyone have time to watch the film?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Since we agreed less than 12 hours ago that we were meeting.
Yes.
I luckily had the DVD.
Ah, nice. So did I, because I ordered it.
That's not so much luck.
Wait, so you had the DVD beforehand? Oh, does it belong to you?
No, I think it belongs to my sister.
Oh, is she a fan?
Yes. I have no memory of having ever seen this before.
Yeah. Did you watch it with her?
Can't recall. Dunno.
Oh. I mean, this time.
This time, no.
No, okay.
I see. That would be. I can't remember anything.
That's I was so high, I can't even.
I'd had too much. Sorry, I forgot the name to make the joke.
Mezcal?
Mezcal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Did you have the DVD, Fernando?
I did not have the DVD.
Oh.
It's not the same unless you watch it on DVD.
I see. Well.
I feel like the true experience would be VHS.
Yeah, that sounds right. I assume it was direct to VHS. I'm guessing
think so.
It didn't go in the cinema. Yeah, okay.
Missed a trick there.
Yeah.
Could have done it like Clue, where they have different endings.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, Clue, what a film. This wasn't as good as Clue. Sorry. So I chose this because... Who used to watch Scooby-Doo?
I did.
Like after school?
I think so, yes.
Yeah,
After
okay.
school? In school, you mean?
In school? Was that like English, maths, Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
Mystery
After
class.
school,
Yeah, after school. Yeah, I watched many an episode of Scooby-Doo after school. The old ones, the new ones, the sort of middle ones where it all went a bit wrong. And apparently this was the best Scooby-Doo ever, according to like reviews and stuff. Which is one thing that I'm sure we'll talk about. Who enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it, yes.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
I also kind of enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You all enjoyed it?
It's kind of
Good.
enjoying.
Kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a form of enjoyment, I suppose.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it was full enjoyment, but it's like...
It's no song to song.
It's no song to song, no. That's a film.
On a scale of song to song to
Fiddler
on the Roof.
To Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh yeah.
or Bonaparte.
Yeah. Same difference.
I made the exact same mistake.
Did you?
Yeah, because I said, "Oh, spoilers."
Yeah, I thought that was odd.
So Fernando, for your benefit, Laura came round a few days ago, and we decided to play a guessing game where you put the name of someone on your head.
Oh, like 21 questions?
Exactly. And you have to guess whose name you have on your head, and everyone else answers. And I gave Laura Napoleon Bonaparte.
You gave Lydia Napoleon Bonaparte.
Sorry, gave Lydia Napoleon Bonaparte.
Lydia was in St Andrews?
Yeah, just for one night only. She had to visit her supervisor, and we went for an impromptu drink, and then she went home the same evening. I'd given Lydia Napoleon Bonaparte, and Laura took one.
I said, are we just doing film characters then?
I kind of wanted to say, like, so if you say that, that's kind of spoiling it because you're telling her that she's got a film character, but she hasn't got a film character, so unless this is some weird double bluff. And only after quite a few questions did you realise. It's like, is he French? Yes. What? No, he's not. Oh! Very good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Magnificent.
it made me happy that I made the exact same mistake.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were on the
Quite
same
good.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah. Anyway, so I get the sense you didn't really enjoy Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
I was disappointed.
Right.
I have enjoyed Scooby-Doo. I loved it as a kid, or at least it was one of the better ones as a kid. I liked it. But one of the things I like about like mysteries and stuff is that you can sort of follow the clues and try and work it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know whether this was a rare example of not being able to work it out for a surprise, or whether maybe you could never really work it out and I'm just idolising Scooby-Doo because I haven't seen it for many years. And I found the reveal a little unsatisfying.
Yeah.
Though there were a lot of things I did like about the film. What did you think, Claire?
So I thought it became clear early on that it wasn't going to be a person in a mask. Maybe not early on, but when they tried to take someone's mask off and couldn't, I think that sort of made it clear that this wasn't just a take the mask off, figure out who the bad guy is type mystery. I thought people were having like joint hallucinations when they ate the peppers. I thought I had it all figured out.
Oh, that would have been much
Because it was only
better.
Scooby and Shaggy that were seeing things at first, and they were the ones eating the peppers. And then after everyone had dinner, then everyone started seeing things.
Oh, that's so much better.
So when
You worked it out.
Yeah, and then that wasn't it. So I was
It might have been it. We
Maybe.
may never know.
It's true.
They may have murdered
They
those
lost
hosts.
the camera.
Yeah.
They dropped the camera in the mud.
Oh, let's go with that.
There's no
storyline.
evidence.
So the one piece of evidence there was, contrary to that, was the ghost being on, like, when they filmed at the start.
With the Get Out people.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
And she
okay.
said and they zoomed in and they saw a ghost. But I'm just putting that down to, like, cameras being unreliable and not really being able to film ghosts. Because they never actually dealt with that either. Like,
Also, that's the bit that could have been explained. That could have been the holograms and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, why was that ghost doing that?
To tell them to leave
Why?
so that they didn't get killed.
Oh, right. Oh, yes, that makes sense.
Oh, get out and save
Beware.
yourselves.
Was it not Beware?
Yeah.
Was it Beware? Yeah, okay. No, you put Get Out on the wall.
Yeah, and then Beware.
Oh, and Beware underneath. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, beware of them. Did you enjoy it, Fernando?
I really enjoyed it. I really liked it.
What did you like the reveal? Did you think that was a good ending?
Yes, I think I somehow did manage to work out who would be the bad person, because
Yeah.
what is the name of the servant? Lena. Yes.
Yeah, Lena
She was flirting too much with
Fred.
Fred.
She was an evil woman.
Fred went.
Fred is dreamy. You can never flirt too much with Fred.
Promiscuous women will always fall down. That's what I say.
Absolutely, that'll teach her.
So was Daphne.
And we discovered that she was luring them back to the island. So that fits with seducing him, right?
Yes. There was a point where I did think that it was going to be her. I did not suspect it was Simone.
Yeah, well, she was sort of a forbidding woman, but I didn't suspect that she would be the leader. I thought she was an innocent.
She was going to be
I
the
did
bold
suspect her when she got kidnapped, which was about 30 seconds before they revealed it.
Yes, okay. Oh, so when they heard the screams from the house and ran back.
Just
that was that earlier.
when Lena said she's been taken by the ghost, she was dragged away by the ghost. I was
Okay.
like, no way. And I thought, remember when you said last time that we should record ourselves
Yeah.
saying who we thought it was? I thought, I'm not going to wait till the end. I'm just going to do it now because I'm so confident. So I did.
Oh, brilliant.
Can we play
Can we
it?
have a listen?
Shall we play
Yeah,
it now? Yeah.
Now, did you work it out when Velma closely inspected the floor as the sort of giveaway?
No, I think before.
before that.
Right before.
That's
just
fine then.
before. Yeah.
Cool.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
Just
Just checking.
Because it had Lena's footprints.
well,
No,
she was suspicious that she
I didn't have any
dragged away.
dragging.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
So let's hear.
Right, I'm 55 minutes in. I was supposed to wait till the end to make my guess, but I'm going to make it now because I'm so confident that it's definitely Simone. she's been kidnapped or something, and I don't buy it. I don't believe it. Don't believe it for a second. It's definitely Simone, and I'm pretty sure that this black-haired woman whose name I've forgotten is in on it. So, yeah, there we go. That's my prediction. Simone. Thank you.
Very nice.
2 minutes later.
Okay, 57 minutes in, and look who it is. Bloody knew it.
Yep, good stuff.
Although before that I did suspect almost everyone else.
Yeah,
Different turns. Every time they led me to believe it was someone, I was like, oh, it's definitely them.
How many recordings have you got in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
I was still holding out hope that the catfish man would be involved at some point, but
Oh, I gave him a new name.
what a red herring. Was it Crocodile Dundee? Because he...
It was Alligator Dundee.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Snake bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alligator Dundee, I like that.
That's very good. Sorry, I ruined it.
I didn't like the look of him. He was one of my main suspects from early on. Again, a classic Scooby-Doo. The person who hates tourists and like resents people coming near because they're going to blow open this whole cocaine smuggling ring or whatever. Jambalaya smuggling ring.
Thanks, mister. Should've let the gators eat you. I can't stand tourists.
Yeah, so that was a possible. I did suspect the first one though. I thought, oh, maybe him. So I've actually got it written down. First suspect, Jacques, the Cajun ferry person, because way too often in the old Scooby-Doos, the person who did it was the person who said like, oh, it's over there in that direction. They meet very near the start, but don't go out there. There are ghosts or whatever. And he did this whole thing where he took them there, but he sort of warned them and then said goodbye to them. We didn't see him again. And I thought that's a classic one.
Oh, Miss Lena, I see you brought you some company, eh?
Yes, Jacques. These folks came a long way to see a real haunted house.
Well, if they want haunted, they come to the right place. Peoples go into that bayou and they don't never come out.
So we understand.
In my notes, I've got not Jacques of all people. When it was revealed it was. We
sad.
trusted you. Also, who drove the ferry back in the end? That's what I would like to know.
Did we see the ferry being driven back?
Yeah. Remember, the ferry left
think
without
it-
Scooby-Doo.
I think the gardener's got those skills.
Well,
I think.
yeah, I suppose maybe.
Paul.
Oh yeah, he's an undercover agent, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't give a
could do
fuck
anything.
if Scooby-Doo makes a boat. He's like, nah, I'm off. We've got a schedule to keep 2 people.
He was suspicious as well.
Yeah, I was very suspicious of him for a very long
He
time.
was well suspect.
I spent a whole week on that planter. Whoa! Sure, I'll take care of Gardner.
But I managed to rule him out because they ran into him when they were running away from ghosts.
Yeah.
So he wasn't the pretend ghost. But then it turned out that I wasn't looking for someone pretending to be a
I
ghost.
ruled him out because Daphne had a crush on him for a while. And I was like, they're not going to make him turn out to be a creepy ghost man, I think, if she has a crush on him. But the other way around, Fred having a crush on Lena, I think there's some interesting gender dynamics there, because that made me suspect her more.
Wow.
Okay. And actually it was... Oh, you were correct. Yeah. That's funny.
I don't think that they would soil, this is the wrong word, I'm framing this in it's a sexist way of writing, but I don't think that they would make their main woman, Daphne, fall for the evil guy, but I do think that they would make the clueless sort of lusty male lead fall for a sexy dark-haired woman.
Okay.
I
I did not
Enchantress.
put that well, but
I don't think Daphne had a crush on the gardener. I think.
she kept saying how handsome he was.
Well, yes. I think she was just teasing Fred.
Oh, that's an interesting theory.
I've got arrows between all the characters who had crushes on each other. There's definitely one from Daphne to Bo, but not the other way.
Is there one from Bo to Velma?
Yeah, that's double-headed. Yeah, they both liked each other. I started this as a love triangle because Daphne and Fred's obviously got something going on that, though they never quite make it clear. I think they're meant to be not quite girlfriend and boyfriend, but something like that. And they certainly both get jealous of each other. And yeah, Lena quickly introduced that, and Daphne and Lena didn't like it, or Daphne didn't like Lena because of Fred's attention towards Lena. And from there I added more and more arrows in, which ended up encompassing 5 people. That's okay. Yeah.
None of them were Scooby-Doo.
None of them were Scooby-Doo, thank God.
Cool.
That'd be weird.
Although he doesn't seem to know he's a dog.
That never gets old.
Love
Every
that.
time.
Yeah.
I was... Yep.
Who brought this dog?
Rug? Where?
Okay,
You did laugh every time. Now I
Funny.
think about it. It's a funny joke. It is. What did we think of the level of humour? I don't think we were the target audience, but did you enjoy the antics?
I did quite enjoy the antics.
Yeah.
I quite liked it.
I do always find it frustrating just how useless they are with physics. So, like, Shaggy trying to pull open a door by, like, anchoring his feet against the door.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
But he's meant to be a bit hopeless, isn't he?
Yeah. That is the point. But also, come on.
Yeah.
He's a bit like a more amiable Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Shaggy.
Oh yeah, like a bit hopeless, but also
I suppose tall.
tall. So he's meant to be a stoner, right?
Yeah.
I think if that's not made clear in this film, I think it's made clear in the series.
Oh, they have
They're just
Scooby
sort of-
snacks, don't they?
Scooby Snack. But definitely the way he's got this kind of whatever attitude to life, and yeah, I guess all the big sandwiches and stuff, and the way he's sort of... I did enjoy that when he opens the suitcase and it's just like 8 of his one outfit.
Yeah.
That was good.
There's just his green t-shirt in the suitcase.
Do you remember when he's getting changed for dinner?
Yes, but that also reminds me of another cartoon called Dexter's Lab.
That's been a while.
And Dexter also had like a closet full of just white... What are they called?
Like lab coats.
Yes, lab
And
coats.
purple gloves.
And they're all the same.
Yeah. I think they did the same joke in The Simpsons as well. Bart opens his wardrobe and it's got just loads of orange t-shirts and loads of blue shorts, and he just takes out another pair. Maybe it's an old one.
Still made me laugh.
Yeah, I liked it.
I also quite liked it when he trimmed his beard.
Yeah.
Yes.
That helped Shaggy well done.
Yeah, I liked it. Was it a deliberate nod to this? I don't want to overdo the whole like they're writing this totally for grown-ups thing, but the fact that they're working inspecting bags in the airport.
I did think of it.
But obviously, the main thing in real airports they're looking for is drugs.
Oh,
And
children.
they've got 2 like well-known druggies searching for it. And
They were looking
just
for
as
food.
they're looking for food, and actually they eat all the food and get really full, and get fired. Like the exact same thing could have been like, oh, and then they smoked all the weed that they'd been confiscating and got fired.
I think there's
Do
something in
you
there.
think they had that in their head? Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. That's the correct answer. That's what I wanted to hear. Thank
On-
you
on
for
that.
humouring me.
I have some questions about that. Did they get all that food in the cupboard in one day? And had they done that before? And also, were they saving it all up for a feast since it's been over several days? You know, because they got fired on the spot as soon as they'd eaten the evidence.
Yeah.
But they had an entire room full of food which they consumed in one go.
Yeah, had they been holding out for days and were finally, let's just eat it.
We were waiting for that one.
I don't
more.
think they would have that
They wouldn't have
self-control.
I don't think they would either.
Maybe they had just been doing that job for like the one day they just got hired.
You've got to admit it's interesting.
Yeah, it is
It is
interesting.
at least not obvious. Also using Gorgonzola as an insult. I will be adopting that. I forget the context.
I've forgotten the
I
context.
don't remember now.
I think it was like when they were getting told off, and they said, "Oh, but there's a gorgonzola left," and the guy says, "Ah, you're a gorgonzola."
We didn't eat it all. There's still a couple of gorgonzolas left. Help yourself.
You're a couple of gorgonzolas. You're fired.
That is going to become part of my life.
Yeah, I like that. Very good.
I'm learning. Also, I always thought she was called Thelma, not Velma.
Yeah, Velma.
Something.
Oh, I thought she was Velma.
Yeah, she is.
Can I say my favourite joke was, "We're not looking for ghoul friends."
I do not remember that.
Oh! I thought he just said, "We're not looking for girlfriends."
No,
And
they
I
said
thought it was a
ghoul
really
friends.
weak joke. They said, "We're not looking for ghoul friends," to sound like girlfriends. That's quite good.
That is good.
Yeah, that's much better. Do you remember when Scooby and Shaggy are wasted and they see the two zombies coming towards them and they're both female zombies and they shout, "Like we're not looking for girlfriends,"
No,
and run off?
but I'm sure it wasn't.
It was very good.
Maybe that one was just for you. I have a few notes about the relationship with the legacy of classic Scooby-Doo. So this was like after maybe 30 years of Scooby-Doo. The intro built up all these expectations that it was going to be an absolutely classic Scooby-Doo thing. They had the haunted house full of suits of armour, and they had them running in and out of the doors and coming out of a different door and chasing each other and doing that whole thing, which was like iconic, happened in every episode of Scooby-Doo, and the pulling off the mask and everything. They had the original 60s theme tune, which I think by that point they hadn't used for some years, but with like a modern beat done behind it.
Wait, did you say 60s?
Yeah.
Is Scooby-Doo extremely old?
The first episodes were from the 60s. This was from 1998, I think. Yeah. I expect if you rewatched the old episodes, you'd realise how dated it was. It really, like, the animation was very basic, not up to what we just watched.
But from the 60s?
Yeah.
That's like our parents.
Yeah, exactly. I expect my parents watched it growing up.
What?
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? No, so it's a classic thing. It's run for many, many years, and I think basically all that time they've just been making more and more episodes.
Wait, so was Hanna-Barbera still alive in the 90s?
I don't know.
I think so, because I think he produced this or something.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure actually.
I
No,
saw
that might be the studio.
In-
Sorry, I've just said something stupid.
Sorry?
We do know there's two people.
Oh yes.
Oh, it's someone Hannah and someone Barbera.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always thought of it as one man called Hannah,
Okay.
but I did know it was two people.
I thought it was just one person and it was a woman.
I don't think I ever really thought about it. So the same people did the Flintstones.
If it was
I think
Hanna-Barbera,
so, yes.
yeah.
Also the 60s. I seem to
the
remember
Flintstones.
the intro said based on characters created by Hanna and Barbera, rather than saying totally made by these people. But maybe you can shed some light on that.
Not quickly enough. I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
know it. No, it doesn't seem to have been. Oh no, yes, it was produced by Hanna. Production company was Hanna-Barbera, but
Yeah.
also Warner Brothers. So
Okay. That's just the company, maybe not the people. Still.
yeah, I don't think the original people were.
Cool. But yeah, I thought that was quite a nice sort of nod to it, and the whole thing obviously was playing off the pulling off the mask expectation. I thought that was good that I genuinely didn't know whether they were going to just be pulling off a mask, and I thought maybe they actually would in the end, and they would have made it a surprise after all that. Yeah, it's good.
There were a few times there were things that were just impossible happened, like things like just ripping someone's head off. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And the zombie, the voodoo dolls actually having an effect.
Yeah.
So,
by that point.
There is more to this than...
I thought perhaps the zombie was a shorter person in a suit.
I thought about that, or animatronics.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
But
Until
not
the
in
voodoo
end.
dolls at the end, I was very much hoping out for like some conspiracy where this woman Simone has gotten lots of people involved to play act at being zombies or something. So much of that I was a bit disappointed. It's always a bit of a letdown when it turns out to be actually supernatural.
That's how I felt, that it was a letdown. With the only redeeming feature being this idea that it was because of the peppers. I mean, can we bring ourselves to think that maybe that when they were writing it, they thought no? Fernando is sceptical.
Much more likely that it's voodoo.
Could they have thought, like, for kids, nice story about cat gods and whatever, that's what the kids love, but let's just put a little doubt in there that if you're paying attention, does it all fall into place if the peppers are hallucinogenic?
No.
I think we can make it fall into place.
Okay.
And much like with The Haunting, I will choose to believe my own theories
Excellent.
rather
Thank
than
you.
being
Cool.
led by filmmakers.
You made The Haunting much better for me after we discussed it. So, did anybody see anything supernatural before eating the peppers?
Yes, they saw the ghost in the film next to the writing in the wall.
The ghost in the film next to the writing
Yes, when
on
they
the
were
wall.
playing back the video,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Velma
They were playing
saw
back
that.
the video and managed
they
to
have
find
had
that wonderful
peppers?
thing.
Had they eaten anything at all since they got there?
I don't think so. I think that was
Well,
basically
they did
when
have
I've just
some
gone in.
peppers before going, but I suppose it was not the same kind of peppers. It was just some peppers on top of chili sauce when they were eating the sandwich, when they were in the market,
Oh.
when they met Lena,
Lena, yeah.
Lena, not Lena.
Not Lena.
Was that just Shaggy and Scooby?
Yes, I think it was just Shaggy and Scooby. But in any case, those weren't the peppers that grew on that island, probably.
But they were in the same region, surely.
Yeah, but then everyone in, like, the whole of Louisiana would
Maybe
be having
that
these...
is-
There's no such thing as New Orleans.
But presumably the people on the plantation export the peppers. Oh yeah, can we talk about that in a minute? Jesus.
Yes. Yes, we can. I think that first one could have been what put the whole idea in their minds. That first one could have been explained by holograms and magnets, and did you notice that she fell down as soon as anybody came near?
I did write down that she fell when Scooby went under her.
Yeah. Like
That-
there's some... That
Yeah.
somehow
Who fell, sorry?
ruins the illusion.
So Velma was floating.
Oh right, yeah.
Who was making her float?
Gravity.
Oh yeah. Must have been Jacques.
Lena and...
Could it have been Jacques? Were Lena and Simone in the
Lenoir.
room?
I don't remember
Had
if they were
Lena
both
just
in the room.
gone out for a minute to do something? One of them must not have been there.
Yeah, okay.
Or they could have had it just like behind the back or something, and no one would be looking at them. They'd be looking at Velma levitating.
True.
Yeah, I like the whole peppers thing.
I liked it as well, but it didn't explain everything, so it made me sad.
I think if we can crack who was doing the holograms,
Well,
we'd
that
be
was
there.
It was a ghost. That was different to the zombies. So that could be a different phenomenon. Maybe the zombie hallucinations were related to the peppers, and the ghost that they imagined was some sort of trick of the light.
Yep.
Or something.
Well, we'd already seen how some of these things could happen in the It's Always a Mask montage. We saw this thing about someone projecting a picture through a slit in the wall and that kind of thing.
And I reckon a reasonably powerful laser you could carve into the wall.
Yeah, or like a fuse behind it, or so anything. Could have been set up like that.
Lasers carved into walls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lasers are super powerful.
You could carve into anything.
If you use a powerful laser.
Yeah, if you use
Are lasers used in laser surgery?
Yeah. Literally use lasers.
Serious stuff, lasers. Don't fuck around with lasers. You can buy a handheld laser for like £20 or something that can burst balloons.
Can you also get blind by directing the laser to your eye?
Yeah, with much less powerful lasers. You can go blind from shining the thing in your eye. Yeah. Serious
What is
stuff.
a laser? It's just light.
Is it light that's been help me out, made so it's all going in one direction?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's just light.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's normally all bouncing around in different ways.
Yeah, so normally if you have a light source, it goes off in all the directions, and then that means that the whatever unit of how strong light is, it's like related to r squared from where it is, because it's so diffuse, it goes everywhere. But in lasers it's got like a little magnet that directs it all, so that it all like sort of bounces back, and then it all goes out in the one direction, and it all points in a straight direction, so it doesn't like go out like that, it just goes like that. So it's a really powerful beam.
Amazing stuff.
Can the light of the sun be turned into a laser?
Yes.
Big enough magnets?
Big enough mirrors.
Oh, okay.
What's it? Light amplification by stimulated emissions of radiation.
You know everything.
Oh, that's what laser stands for. Okay.
Oh, is it? But it stands for something.
Yeah, that's why anyone spelling it with a Z is just wrong, because it's stimulated, that's what the S is for.
Okay.
Stimulated.
Stimulated.
Wait, can you say what it says for
Yes, say it again.
Light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation.
Light amplification by stimulated emission of something?
Radiation.
Emission, radiation.
Light
yes.
amplification by stimulated emission of radiation.
Yeah. I mean, I learned that when I was 14. It might well be completely wrong. That was a long time ago, but that
Fair
was
enough.
my understanding of it
Yeah.
as a child.
Good stuff. Lasers.
Cool.
Talk to me about plantations.
I was just not upset, but I suppose it's a children's film and they can't really go much into slavery, but
Yeah.
100% that was a slave plantation for harvesting peppers.
Yeah.
Louisiana, Deep South.
Yeah.
It's obviously going to be a plantation for slaves.
Yeah, seems like it. So they were the ones.
Such a plantation house.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
I
classic.
use the word plantation a lot.
Yeah.
So.
I've seen roots. I know what these houses look like.
So what happens when so that they've settled this plantation, haven't they? And then the pirates turn up later and kick them all out. But at that point, I think everyone there is white and they're just these cat worshippers.
It's hard to tell because they've obviously just excluded slaves from the story altogether.
Yeah.
So in this story, it may be that they were all white from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely weren't, but...
Apart from all the people that were doing the work. It was just the important ones that you saw.
Oh, I
They
suppose
were
we
white,
didn't...
yeah.
Maybe the slaves...
Were they like in the field when they did the? I can't remember that. No, it was just like the village, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But then I guess if we can believe that a bunch of colonists came from France and set up a a colony just for worshipping their cat god, maybe we can believe that those particular ones didn't use slaves before, like, 1780 or something. God knows what the pirates got up to afterwards.
An honourable breed, the pirates.
Although, no, the pirates were immediately... But what happened to the pirates?
Well, I can't remember.
They were killed by the
cat people.
The cat people,
Yeah.
the two remaining cat people, which were Lena and Simone.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so they did... And then Lena and Simone just stayed there in complete isolation. So I could believe they never went near slavery. But yeah, they'd obviously decided not to address that particular one. And they had built up, which I feel like they almost didn't need to, but I think it was a really nice touch that they really built up the whole Louisiana thing. There were so many establishing shots showing you, like, this is what it's like here, this is what New Orleans looks like, this is what the people look like, this is how they talk.
This is how they talk!
Yeah, the crazy Cajun accents are amazing.
Yeah, Jacques had a particularly awful accent.
I'm trying, son, but shit don't turn on no dime. That's old snake-bite Scruggs. He think the bayou is his own private preserve. He don't like anybody being in it, no. And Miss Lena, you give my message to Miss Lenoir, you hear, Chef?
I'll do that, Jacques. Thanks.
I think that's how they actually talk, isn't it?
I think Jacques is a famous voice actor. I'm going to look him up.
Right.
So I think that's just how he talks.
Because certainly whenever I've heard, like, people way out in the countryside in Louisiana, the people of French descent, the Cajun people, they talk like no other language I've ever heard. It's insane. And with bits of French and stuff thrown in, it's bizarre. But at least nice that they had that. Yeah, it's cool.
I also really wanted a donut after all the beignets that...
Oh yeah, the beignets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so much Louisiana, and no one ever had just like a cheese sandwich. It was all like, oh yeah,
Oh boy!
I've made a pot of
Gumbo.
gumbo. Yeah.
Crawfish.
Oh yeah, they ate like a whole cauldron full of crawfish.
Yeah, even the sandwich was a po' boy. It was like...
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's a contraction of poor boy.
Yeah, all right.
I think it was just like a leftover sandwich.
Yeah.
It's become a thing now.
Like haggis, like everyone loves it now, even though it was just to feed the masses.
I think it's more now that people put like nice fried crayfish and like good stuff on it.
Yeah.
So Jacques was played by Jim Cummings.
Who's that?
Oh.
He was the gull in The Secret of Nim.
I knew I hated him.
Jim Cummings is in everything.
Oh my god.
Every animated film.
Just as a voice actor?
Yes, just as a voice actor. But let me see, he was Winnie the Pooh.
No!
Oh, him! Oh,
Yeah.
so he's Car the Snake.
Yep.
Wow.
He was in Balto.
Is it Balto?
Yeah. Let's see, he's done 500 films, so I can't pick out the most famous ones just from this list, but he's in everything. He plays so many different.
Nice.
Loads of Disney.
Oh, good for him. He can obviously do a few different voices. Yeah, probably if I actually knew Louisiana accents better, I'd know. I'd be like, oh, this is worse than Dick Van Dyke. But, yeah. But yeah, I really liked that whole theme thing. It's funny they had like the protagonist ghost. We think was a Confederate soldier, right?
Oh yeah, of course he was. Yeah.
Was he not a pirate?
No, they had
sorry,
one
the
main
other
ghost.
Okay.
Who was just a Confederate. So
Yeah,
they
there were Civil War soldiers.
Yeah.
And
where
they
did they
talked
come
about
from?
hiding from Union soldiers, didn't they? So I think he was one of the Confederates. So it's like, I don't want you to. You get out of here, man. But I'm sure a lot of the Confederate soldiers just had to do it. I don't know, maybe he was alright.
I think it might have been a racist film.
Maybe just quietly dripping in all these little things. I guess if you're going to have a... Yeah, why did it have to be Louisiana, eh?
Well, why did it have to be a plantation? It didn't have to be a plantation, for God's sake.
It had to be Louisiana. if it was Zombie Island.
Yeah,
It had to be
yeah,
somewhere
the
that
whole voodoo
uses
thing,
voodoo.
didn't it?
I suppose.
Could have had it in Haiti, I suppose.
Haiti, or as they call it, Zombie Island. Yeah, I think I like that they could have just made it more generic, and they decided this is the one specific geographical location we're going to have, and we're really going to commit to it, and that was a nice touch. It's interesting. I've got one thing written down here. Thank God there's no Scrappy-Doo.
Why? Everyone hates
I
Scrappy-Doo.
didn't mind Scrappy-Doo at all.
God, Scrappy-Doo. And even as a small child, I found him so annoying.
So strange.
He was just so extra, just absolutely shoehorned into the thing. Scooby-Doo was a funny character. He was a bit of comedy relief along with Shaggy, while the other guys all solved the mystery and stuff. And Scrappy-Doo just had to just go one step further and be one bit more silly and one bit more... He was so smug as well, and I think meant to be kind of cool, and I just...
Were you a
never
bit too
got it.
old by the time you watched Scrappy-Doo?
I think I was watching Scrappy-Doo from birth. Certainly they made loads of episodes with Scrappy-Doo well before I was born.
Okay.
What did you think of Scrappy-Doo, Fernando?
I did not think of Scrappy-Doo, but now, when you mentioned the name, I was struggling to remember who he was, and now I remember, but... Yes. I suppose I'm also grateful that he does not appear in the movie, but I was also a little bit annoyed by Shaggy and Scooby-Doo.
Oh,
Why?
you thought the antics got a bit too much?
And there were too... troublesome.
Troublesome. Like, they were too selfish and they caused loads of...
And they were breaking
chaos.
everything.
Yeah, Scooby particularly, always chasing the cats and stuff, just like rein it in.
So irresponsible. Stop chasing the cats.
Yes.
I mean,
Is
he's a
that kind of
dog,
thing,
though,
was
so
it?
they should really have kept a better hold on him.
I suppose so.
Or is he a dog, or is he a fully sentient... I mean, he's fully sentient anyway, but does he have enough personhood to be responsible for chasing the cat?
Yeah, it's not clear. I'm not sure either
suppose
of them do.
That was a clue, wasn't it, that the cats were part of the evilness, was how much Scooby disliked the cats.
But then they got
Yeah.
to come on the ferry at the end, so they can't have been that evil.
Yeah, but
They
they
did
were a visual, they were a symbol of the
Oh,
evil,
here we go!
and
I
Scooby
forgot the bell again.
was chasing them
Oh.
down.
I know, every time.
So actually, he understood more than we did. Like how Crookshanks used to try and kill Scabbers.
Yeah.
We just thought it was animal instinct.
I suppose.
Instinct. But actually, it was
Yeah, that's cool.
deeper knowledge from the non-human creature.
It's good stuff. Did either of you two watch the credits right to the end?
No.
Little post-credits scene.
Damn.
It's only like 3 or 4 seconds.
Shit, don't worry.
Well, but it kind of closes it nicely. Which one of my thoughts, I think probably like Laura, was what's going to happen to all these cats? They've just kind of left them, like a few of them are stowed away on the ship, but basically just no one's looking after the cats now, and they're all going to die, or they'll have to just eat peppers or each other or something. And this final scene is just some cats like sitting next to a bowl, and Scooby just pouring some milk into the bowl for them to eat and grinning, and then goes roll-we-do-we-do.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
He's conquered his prejudice.
Yeah. And he's looking after the cats now, despite him being the one that wasn't happy with them, so all is forgiven kind of thing.
That is 30 seconds I could have been in bed for.
I thought, yeah,
I
it
wish I'd
was
seen that.
well worth watching. Oh, well, get the DVD out when you get home. Or the video.
There was also a featurette, which we skipped through.
Oh, yeah, a bonus
We think was just
extra.
a summary of the film.
Yeah.
Just a bit weird.
Yeah, I didn't quite get it. It's all like a 4-minute trailer, which is absurd. Yeah, so that was cool.
Any other symbols?
Symbols.
Catfish. Cats. Like, it was all based around the whole cat thing. Well, we meant to think that they were catfish because it's a cat cult and even the fish are cats.
No.
No.
There are just loads of catfish in Louisiana.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
That's
But why Louisiana? Oh, shit. Isn't it called catfishing when you, like, lure someone into your house?
Yeah.
Like, exactly what Lena did to Fred was catfishing.
She did catfish. Well,
What exactly is catfishing?
No, catfishing is when you... Oh, no, sorry.
I think it's more recent, that use of the phrase, than...
Maybe not, though.
So what does it mean now?
It's to trick someone. I assumed you were hiding your real identity to lure someone into a romantic relationship with you. Oh my god, yes, you're right. She did catfish him.
Yeah, she precisely catfished him. Why is it called that?
I think it's because of that man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh dear. It's because of a specific case.
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
This is going to be nice.
Not necessarily symbolism, but Velma said jinkies. That was her, like, what's the word?
Catchphrase.
Yeah, not her, do you know, like, Ochtermochte or whatever?
Yeah, like her exclamation.
Yeah, or exclamation. But then, at the end, to Bo, she says kinkies, which I thought was interesting.
What?
It sounded like she said kinkies instead of jinkies.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful, Detective Neville. There's a bit of the poet in you.
I don't know about that, ma'am, but I would like to write detective stories someday.
Jinkies! I've always been crazy about a good detective story, that is.
It's pretty exciting. Interjection. That's the word I was looking for. And I also said it as an interjection. So the gardener's surname was Neville, which makes his name Bo Neville, which means he's got, like, bone in his name, which is not a coincidence, I don't think. Bone Evil, something.
Yeah, Bone Evil. Right, was that his real surname, or his...
That was his real surname. I don't know if it was his real first name. But
yeah, I don't know.
He did say afterwards... So he was introduced as Bo, and he did reveal that his name was, like, Bo Neville or whatever it was, after he came out and told everyone that he was an undercover agent. I thought it's interesting that he would use his real name as his undercover identity.
Yeah, that's not what James Acaster would do.
I thought he was searching for the treasure.
Yeah. Oh, scenes in woods look like Bob Ross painted them. That's nice.
Just on the... How often did they say they needed souls?
Every Harvest Moon.
Every Harvest Moon. How often is a Harvest Moon?
Once a year, I think.
It's once a year.
Das weiß ich nicht.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
it's like the first one in August or something.
Because if one person has been going missing every year on that bloody plantation for 200 years...
Tourists, so...
You'd think they would send more...
If they're tourists, then people... Like, what if, like, a couple of tourists go missing in
that
a
exact
massive
spot
town?
every year?
It was just in New Orleans, though, wasn't it?
She picked them up from, like, a market in New Orleans.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's good thinking, though. Plus, if she gets, like, 5 or 6 at a time, maybe they're, like, keeping them prisoner for a few years before they...
Oh god, that's a grim plot.
That's not bad. Not good, is it?
But did they not try and take all of their souls?
Yeah. Not Scooby and Shaggy.
No, they weren't bothering with them, were they?
Won't even bother making voodoo dolls of them. Which is not very sensible.
No, it's not at all.
That's not how you keep a cult going for 300 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be much better at it.
So why did they need souls? Sorry, also.
To keep them young, because they were so many hundreds of years old, they'd have died of old age.
Okay. And they seem to transform into half cat people before they transformed into full cat people.
Yeah, that's interesting. Different levels of cat. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that, really.
And at one point she said, we don't have enough, that it would be a waste of magic wax to make voodoo dolls. So that's another thing, is it? Like, so the wax is magic. Do they have a finite amount of magic wax? Or are they putting spells on the wax? That's what I assume, but then it's weird to call it magic wax.
Like communion wine or something, that you just get normal wine and bless it, right?
In which case,
it's the same thing.
It's not really a waste of magic wax, it's a waste of normal wax. Right?
Yeah, just
maybe it
if
does
it's not
have to be very
finite.
particular in some way, like it's difficult to create, or
just make smaller models.
not clear.
You don't have to make them regulation Barbie doll size.
Maybe you do. Don't know.
And why did they have them of themselves?
They didn't?
Didn't Velma quickly throw a couple together at the end?
Or did she...
It was the fabric.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, you need something from the person.
Oh, so they didn't even really need to be a likeness of
No.
the person. That was just an extra effort that the people put in.
Right, might as well do it properly.
So really you could just have a glob of magic wax and some fabric.
And you could just throw it against a wall. That would be easy way to kill them.
In fact, if they had the voodoo dolls and they could very much easily control them from the beginning, why did they go through the whole charade of letting them film the house?
Question.
Until the camera went missing, maybe they thought it'd be a useful way to attract people to the island.
Oh, okay.
That's a thought. Like actually let them get away.
Yeah.
Seems too high a risk. They wouldn't want to get found out.
Yeah. If I were an evil cat person on an island, I would just have tied up the voodoo doll straight away and then then just sacrificed them to the cat god or whatever.
Interesting. I think those are all my notes. Oh, some unnecessary foreshadowing when they've all met up again, and Fred says, "Sorry, I'm late. Traffic was murder."
That's good.
It's like, whoa, do we need that?
Was there any murder in it?
Historically.
I guess draining someone's soul counts as murder.
Well, they didn't murder anyone then, did they?
No, not in the end.
Attempted murder.
They had murdered all the previous people.
True. Oh yes, there was quite a lot of murder in it then. Presumably
all
200
those poor
murders.
crayfish.
Yeah. That counts.
Yeah.
I also thought it was really rubbish that the pig could smell catfish within a mile, because there must be like loads of catfish within a mile. It seems like a really useless skill in the middle of a lake full of catfish to be like, oh, we're within a mile of a catfish.
Maybe catfish hang around in big shoals or something.
Just a mile didn't seem specific
That
enough.
was the pig's only wasn't it? The
Like
pig
they
didn't
sold
do
it
anything else.
as like, oh, this is a good thing. Can smell it within a mile. But it's like, well, that's really quite far away for a catfish. And also, I would probably guess statistically there's one closer than that anyway.
It's like Neville's Remembrall that's just always red. No idea what it is. It's like, yeah, we're at the lake. Pig's going mental.
Yeah, it's like a sneaker scope next to Wormtail.
The pig didn't do anything else, did it?
I did oink once as if it was like a laugh. I thought that was quite entertaining.
And nearly killed Shaggy, right?
Yeah, apart from that. But smelling catfish.
Snakebite was more or less a red herring in the end, right? Or a red catfish.
Well, it was very obvious he was a red herring when the Scooby Gang described him as suspicious. It's like, oh, it's obviously not him.
Hmm.
I still thought maybe they were doing a double bluff and it ended up being him after all.
After they'd built up this whole thing about it's always a mask and stuff, I'm like, well, they're obviously off-road here. Anything could happen.
It's true.
I did think it was going to be a mask in the end, though.
Yeah, I was waiting for that as well.
Yeah.
I take it you didn't record any predictions.
No, because I didn't know when to do it, because it was going to be like when the big reveal was coming, but I didn't see the big reveal coming until it happened, so I just... No idea. Did you have any idea, Fernando? Did you predict the result in any way?
Well, no. I was only suspicious of Lena.
Lena.
And I had in mind that he had mentioned that this was going to be different from the previous Scooby-Doos, because this one might be, as in, it could be the case that it wasn't a person in a costume.
Yeah, okay. So beyond that, you didn't know. That's good that you guessed it was Lena, though. I thought she was fine.
I thought she was fine all the way through until she did the fake. She's been kidnapped. And I was like, I suspect you.
Yeah, she was one of the ones I hadn't ruled out. I'd found out ways to rule out other people, but not her.
Can we talk about how annoying Daphne is? I find Daphne really annoying.
Yeah.
She's okay, but...
What was the matter with her?
Well, for one thing, she's trying to be a professional... She is a professional television reporter, yes. But she talks over all the shots.
Okay.
They're shooting, they're getting some good ghost stuff, and she's just jumping up and down with excitement, being like, oh my god, it's a real ghost. I'm like,
film it!
Have you ever seen Most Haunted?
Professional! No, I haven't.
There's a lot of that. Because it's all faked. They just go to the most haunted places in Britain, and the whole thing is just them looking at a camera going, I just saw something. It was amazing. It was incredible. And then, like, a door slightly moves just off the corner. I'm like, there! We caught it! It was a ghost! We got it on camera!
That would be something, but she kept just being like, God, this is great shots for the television show.
Yeah,
you just ruined it, didn't you? None of this is usable footage anymore. Also, I noticed at one point that Fred rips off the advertisement for her new show of the Mystery Van. Do you remember that?
Oh, really?
He just takes down the ad.
Yeah, there's just one more thing we need to do, and then pulls it up.
I don't remember that.
Good God, Fred.
Yeah, it's as if he was saying, like, because we all know this isn't about the show, we just want to go around and solve mysteries like we used to.
Yeah.
Fuck the show.
Some vague pretense that it was about her birthday as well.
Yeah,
what a great birthday surprise.
We were going to do this anyway, promise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do we think they carried on solving mysteries together afterwards?
No.
No.
Not unless they can find people to pay them. Otherwise you can't really live off that.
They could go looking for more ghosts, more real ghosts for the show.
Now that
she didn't get any.
That's true, and they know ghosts exist, so there must be more somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe that's them all gone.
All the ghosts were just on Zombie Island.
Have you been to the ghost tour here in St Andrews?
I haven't. I've heard it's quite good.
Well, I'm not sure if it's good. I enjoyed the experience. It was how it went with people from Dean's Square.
Okay.
I definitely would not have gone on my own.
Right.
But I do recommend that you find a group of people and go.
Okay.
Cool.
Interesting.
Maybe next time my brother's up, because he's well into that kind of thing. In fact, we nearly went last time he was here. Yeah, that's good. Any other thoughts? Favourite characters? Anything like that?
I like Velma.
Yeah.
I think I associate most with Velma.
I don't mind Velma. I quite like Bo, just for how much of a dick he was the whole way through.
Yeah. He mumbled as well. That was particularly bad. Favourite character, Fernando?
Well, it's either Daphne or Fred, or maybe them as a couple.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Conflict and all.
Do we think that Bo cared so much about flowers just because he loved flowers, or were they tearing up evidence?
Tearing up evidence?
I don't know, maybe he was doing some
Wait,
kind
he
of...
Oh,
was
I see.
the gardener, right?
Yes.
Gardeners care about flowers?
Yes, but he wasn't really a gardener, he was just pretending to be a gardener.
I suppose in order to stay there for months and months, he would actually have to do the gardening, wouldn't he?
So he ends up becoming very invested in his...
Yeah, or maybe
if
when
you've
they
worked
come
hard
ruin the
at it.
flowers, it just means he's going to have to work for longer.
That's true.
Have less, maybe? Maybe he's just an arsehole. He likes telling people off. Oh, come on, the flowers.
Who was your favourite character?
Probably Scooby-Doo.
I do like Scooby-Doo. And Shaggy.
And Shaggy.
Shaggy was always my favourite as a child.
Okay. Yeah, I could see something of myself in... I suppose in Shaggy, but I like Scooby more.
I can see something of Scooby-Doo in you.
Yeah. I like how Scooby just repeats things that Shaggy says, but with speech impediments. It's brilliant. Yep. Those were my thoughts. So overall, good film, you reckon? Good film?
Yeah.
But I would like to say once again that I did not like Shaggy nor Scooby.
Yeah, okay, because they were so inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh well.
It's loading.
That'll have to do. We've actually got the bowl for... oh no, the hat, of course.
Oh, yes.
Not that we
secret
really
selection.
need to.
But we
'cause
will
it's just-
anyway, because
right,
we
shall
do every
write down-
time.
Write down Laura's name and put it in the hat. What's this? Olé! Tequila! Whew.
Let's go.
Do you want to draw your own name?
No.
I'll
Right.
hold it. You
I'll draw it out. It's for Laura. Oh, written in
Hooray.
beautiful calligraphy as always.
Oh, lovely.
Great.
Very lovely.
Have you chosen a film?
I
You
meant
do,
to,
yes.
and no, I haven't. I know. Yeah.
You haven't
Do you wanna-
chosen.
No, I thought I had, but
Do you want to panic choose quickly,
I
or do
always
you want
panic
to
choose.
have a think about
Panic
it?
choices are good.
Panic choosing usually goes all right.
But you have to commit this time because normally you panic choose and then
And then I
say,
try and
"Oh,
change
but do you
it."
want to, or do you not want to?" Or
That's true.
and you try and ask our
We normally
opinions.
go for it. Whatever I panic choose.
Oh yeah, we absolutely are committed
Oh,
to
we have
whatever
to
you
go,
choose, so you
okay.
don't have to ask our
Will it
opinions.
be Gone with the Wind?
Not this time.
Phew.
Wait, maybe. Oh, I don't know.
Well, no.
Every time.
I'll watch Gone with the Wind. Yeah, anything you choose. Anything you choose. Yeah, I think.
I'm not going to pick Gone with the Wind this time because I've got too much to do and I
Okay.
don't have time for a 4-hour film.
Yeah.
Instead, what we're going to go with is... I'm so sorry. Jaws.
Jaws.
Whoa.
Okay. Brilliant.
Wow, I've never seen Jaws.
Yeah,
This
I've
is
never
exciting.
seen Jaws.
great. You've never seen Jaws?
Never seen Jaws.
Have you ever
Did
seen
not
Jaws?
even know that it existed, so...
Do you not know what it's about?
No.
Oh, you should try and protect that for as
Yeah,
long as
no,
possible.
Yeah.
Don't look up anything.
don't look it up. Don't look up anything about it.
Okay. Well, I did not know what Napoleon Dynamite was either.
No,
No,
neither
me
did
neither.
I really.